Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Extra Reps with Adrienne. And today I have a special guest and we're going to be talking about life in Lima, Peru. So I'm really excited for this episode and for you guys to learn a little bit more about my teammate. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. Hi, I'm Adrienne and I have a special guest today here with me.
Hi, my name is Jimena and I'm from Lima, Peru.
So today we're going to just be talking about Jimena's story and just kind of like what life is like in Peru and what she's gone through to get to the team now and hear a little bit about her life. So go ahead, wherever you want to take it off. When you started playing volleyball or
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've lived my whole life here. So like my whole family is from here. And it's very funny sort of how I started playing volleyball because I was at school and I was really uncoordinated. So like the teachers from PE told my parents like she should go into some sport, and that sport was volleyball. But none of like my mom or my dad or my siblings played volleyball, so it was like sort of the new member of the family playing a sport that no one had played before. And that's basically why I started playing volleyball, like to be more coordinated and like know how to like move your body and stuff. I started when I was like 7 or 8 years, so I started pretty young.
Yeah.
And I remember that I started going to like classes in school, but I really didn't like it. Like I don't know why I hated like going and practicing there, but then I started here at Regatas because this is like a club and you can be like a member, and my whole family has been a member since I was really young. So I started coming to the classes like when you're young and you see like the little kids, the little girls that I come right now in summer, like I was one of them. So like I started playing here and I really liked it. And it's sort of those things like when a coach is really good and makes you like not only learn but fall in love with the sport. I had that. So like I started playing here and learned with her volleyball from 8 till I was like almost 12 years. Yeah. So it was like a lot of time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what sports did your like family, did they play any sports or did they play different ones?
Yeah, my family, like my mom and also like part of my dad, both of families are like really sporty. My mom did basketball in school, and also she did track, but the one when you throw
like javelin.
Yeah, that one. And she was really good. She was really good in that, and she competed like nationwide. And my dad did rowing, and also he did judo. Do you know what judo is? It's like a
martial arts.
Yeah. It's one of those. And like also like my aunts do swimming, and like my other uncle did also basketball. And my siblings, well, my brother was really sporty as well because he played he did football and soccer. We call football what you call soccer. So it's like it's different, like the terms here. And he did also water polo and taekwondo.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I did play on other sports, but like I do come from a family that's really sporty.
Yeah. And then so when you go through school, do you play for a team at your school or do you just play for regattas?
I play both. Okay. Because like I was at school and my mom said like you should not be playing like for another team and not in school. But also low key it was because like I got extra credit like for PE. So like at first it would be like I got good grades for like playing for the school, but then I didn't have to go to PE at all. So it was like a plus, that really nice plus. Yeah. And I did play for my school, like for team. My school is called Villa Caritas, and we played there. And we like it was really funny because with Rafa and Julia, we were all in different schools. Okay. So we like would play against each other like in the tournaments between schools, and it would be really funny because we were like enemies in court, but then we'll be like friends outside, but also in regatas inside court. So it was really funny about that.
So how long have you known those two?
Well, like
since you were like
yeah,
8,
like not
or
it's funny because Julia we met when we were like in one of these academies and we didn't see each other then for like I don't know 3 years because we went I don't know if it's different like schedules or I don't know what.
Yeah.
But then we started playing together like around 11 or like 12 years.
That's like a long time.
And Rafa, I don't know if it was like 13 or 14, but
yeah,
we've known each other like for a really long time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So then now, so you graduated high school.
Yeah.
And then are you still studying now? I know you have a job, but
yeah,
explain to us like, because for us, after high school, if we want to play volleyball, we have to go to college.
Yeah.
So we are doing school and volleyball or whatever sport you choose. So what does that look like for you guys after high school?
Yeah, so it's pretty much like the same. The only thing is like in college here, you finish high school and you like apply to universities here and it's not like you live in campus. You like if you stay here in Lima, you most probably like live with your family and like go to school, well, to classes in university during the day, and you can also like go into the teams, like you do the tryouts. And I remember that when I was going to start my classes in university, the coach that was on university team was the one from regatas. So he said like, hey, I'm entering like the tryouts are in this like in this date, so come. So we did the tryouts and at that time it was like around 30 people trying out or like more, but it was like in a day and there were 3 days or 2 like dates for tryouts. And then we stayed and then we had to do like another like step for tryouts and I made the team, but also like enter with another friend. The one that was yesterday, I don't know if you so we like she used to play also with us in regatas and then we entered the same team in college.
Okay, very cool.
So I did continue playing when I entered university for UPC and then I also continued to play for regatas because the leagues don't like
they don't conflict at all.
They don't conflict at all.
So what does playing in college look like for you guys? Like how often do you practice? Are you just traveling right around like Lima or do you travel all of Peru or
no, it's well, we have the league, like the university league, and it's only in Lima. But we have also like every 2 years there's this tournament that's called the Universidades, which is with all the universities from Peru. So it's how many like qualify, but also like get to go to the Universidades to this tournament. And they come from all over Peru. I only got to go like in my 4 years to one because you have to qualify. And I remember like in the first years we didn't qualify and then it was pandemic. So we didn't got to go like for 2 years, those tournaments were like invalid. So I got to go here, but it was in Lima, so we didn't travel. But it was a really fun experience.
That's so cool. So then now you're still obviously playing for regattas. What do you do besides play professional volleyball?
So I studied in college communications and marketing. And during that, I played for university, but now that I already finished and I'm graduating, I'm no longer like playing because it was really hard. I was studying, working, and also playing for both teams. So like my whole day was packed. It was like from 7 in the morning to like 10 p.m. And now like I'm just working and well, almost full time working and then playing in regatas.
Very cool. And then what is it like for you being from Peru to have like Americans come and play like for the team? Like what is it like having people that like, don't speak Spanish very well? Like like so new to everything.
It's like 2 parts because like I love to speak and also like I'm comfortable like speaking English because I have learned from school like when I was little, and also have
Mhm.
family that live in the States and Canada, so I speak it. But it's like when we play, remember that I say like
Yeah.
those, and then like I say like words in Spanish, and then I'm like no, like she won't like understand this, so then I'm trying to like translate it to you and say like learn this word,
Yes.
just in case.
Yeah.
And then do you remember that day I think that Miriam was talking?
Yes.
And like Miriam is another player in the team, and she like only speaks Spanish. And I was like, she was talking to them, and I was like, I don't know if trying to translate or what.
Yeah.
And I started speaking to you in Spanish and then to Miriam in English. So like I got the languages mixed up completely.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure that's like kind of crazy too, because for so long you're only playing with people that like speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we just like come and we don't know anything. We're like, help us.
No, but it's totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
but because like playing wise, I think is really good for the team because we have you guys that have also like a different experience than us, and also like a different level of playing that really helps again our game. Like we both learn from like each other on how to play and everything. So it's like a really good thing that not only the team does, but also the league that comes. The many players from different parts of the world come to play here. Yeah. So like that helps each player to improve their game.
Yeah, that is really cool. Because like for us coming here, obviously we're kind of like we don't know any Spanish, and we hope they're nice and they help us. And you like from the first day we're so nice, and all the girls have been so nice. But obviously you and a couple other girls that speak English has been so helpful to be like, what did the coach say, or like what is this drill? So it's definitely been a learning curve, but I think we're picking up on things now, like learning little phrases and practice and stuff.
But I think your Spanish is really good.
Although we're still working on rolling my R's. My promise to be my.
I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on the weeks. I will remember too. Like I have a family like friend that knows about this stuff. So like it's pending to me to text her and have like some like practice.
Yeah, because I cannot roll my R's to save my life. So we're gonna try to work on it for the next 4 months and see if we can get any progress. Okay, so you said that you've traveled to the United States. Was that volleyball related, or was that just visiting family, or a little bit of both?
We didn't get to play in the United States. There used to be like this tournament, the one that was I think in Disney.
Yes.
And I wanted to go so bad, but I don't know what happened that I don't know if not all the like the teammates were on board and it didn't end up happening. But I went for I don't know if it was my 11th birthday. I went to Disney with my mom.
That's awesome.
See, that was amazing because it was like I had the most luck in that trip because I went with my mom, and like because it was my birthday, they have like this special treatments. They would give me like free ice cream, free popcorn, free pins, like, and I do remember that I like lose a lot of my stuff. Like I forget things. And it happened like in 2 rides that in one I left my like signature book in the ride.
Oh no.
And we left and I forgot, and then I told my mom, I forgot my signature book. And we went back and it was there.
Really?
We found it.
That's awesome.
And then it happened another time. Like it happened twice. I forgot my scarf like in the line. And we left, and then we came back and we found it.
Yeah.
And we're like, that wouldn't happen here. Like
be long gone.
Yeah, no. But I don't know. I had the most luck, and it was really fun. I loved it. I want to go back.
Yeah, have you been anywhere else in the US, or was it just Disney?
Just like Disney, and then we had a stop like in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where my uncle and my cousins live, like where my family lives. So I like stayed there only for a couple days. No, 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it was a couple hours, and I remember that I had never like been in snow, and I wanted to, but that day only like rained, and the next day when we had already left,
it
it snowed.
So if you could go to the US like tomorrow, what state or what would you want to see? Do you know?
I would love to go to New York. However, they say like it's like really like you can have two experiences
Oh, yeah.
because they say like you can really like it or like be
Really
like not at all. Like
yeah.
you can romanticize it, but not too much. That
Yeah.
because my sister has been there,
Mhm.
so I don't know. And well, obviously, like to visit my family in Georgia, and I don't know. I would say like also like the ones that lay in Miami, like
Yeah,
more
the big
beachy,
cities,
or
yeah.
also like maybe where there's like more like cold.
Yeah, to see some snow.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Cause yeah, you guys, and not very many people on the team I think have seen snow. Cause Thais also told me she's never seen snow.
Yeah, because she's not from Peru, but she's from Aruba, so it's like the same, like
the beach,
beachy, like sun. Yeah, so
yeah.
So you also like when you like train in high school, like you make your group of friends. So as I was telling you with Julia and Rafa, we would come here to regatas because regatas has also like beaches. So we would train in the morning, like in summers, we would train, and there were these buses that can like take you from one like place of regatas to the other because this is in the only location. There's others, and we would train in one and then come here and like have lunch and then go to the beach. So it was like really fun in summer. So cool. I was like remembering when we had like no responsibilities. We would come here like, all the time.
That reminds me though, your summers are very different from our summers. Because our summer is like we normally get out of school sometime in May, maybe beginning of June if you're unlucky, and then you start school in August. But for you guys, like the kids here are in summer right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
In like January, February.
Yeah, it's like mid-December, January, February, like those are like application time.
And then you go March all the way through.
Depends. Okay. Because it's like if you're really like in school, you start like all March is like still like you are already starting classes, and you like go like maybe it's 2 months and you have like a week. I'm talking like school, and you have a week, then you go like 2 months, you have like 2 weeks, then like the 2 months, 1 week, and then.
That's fair. So is your normal like day of school, is it still Monday through Friday?
When not college, like when I was like younger, it would be like from Monday to Friday, like classes all day and then training. When we did started training like the whole week, that and like matches on the weekends. So it was like always like my life would be like, since they decided that I need to play volleyball because I wasn't coordinated, volleyball became my life. So it's like this part of like I got into this sport and really loved it, and then I was like that was my whole day. That's why we became like really also like really close friends because we would see each other
all the time. Yeah, that's so cool. Have you had like any injuries or anything that you want to talk about?
I'm like I have like my record in injuries. Like,
oh my gosh.
It's so bad because like I remember because as I was telling you, like I've played here my whole life, like for regattas. So my medical record is here and I've seen it, and it's like this, and it goes from 2011 to like now. So I've like had 3 like ankle twists, like ankle injuries. Then I have like tendinitis in both of my knees, in my wrist. Then I have like this thing called lumbalgia, like in the back. And the worst was my shoulder. I like ripped a little bit of the tendon. That was the worst, but it's still like I didn't have like any like bone fractures. I never like fractured or
Yeah.
I don't
So it's over there.
it's fake, but it still works.
Yeah.
And I remember that it was a really difficult time then because Julia was also injured, and we were both meal blockers. And then when you're like younger and you like make yourself a little bit of like, I'm a soldier, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then you force yourself, like it's never good. Like if
Yeah.
you're an athlete, like don't ever like force yourself, because I've learned this the hard way, because I do tend to go back to injuries. So I had that one and we were in tournament, and it was like I'm just gonna push through. And I really did like end the tournament, and I was like with my tape and everything. And it's really fun because the last game that we had to play, like my shoulder was hurting, but I still had to play. And then I was with the tape, and it was Halloween, so we were going to a party, and I ended up like dressing up as a military, and like I have the picture. Like we took the picture, and I was with the tape, and I was like, I don't know if this making the costume or breaking it. Yeah, and then like as the tournament stopped, like I could rest, and it was like a month and a half.
Yeah.
But still, like,
yeah,
so I really had like a lot of injuries.
quite a few, and a lot of different things.
Yeah, like the ones with the ankle is like was really repetitive. Like I remember like the first, I don't know if it was the second one. I was in like going to classes in school, and because this was of my first injuries. And at home, I would be like going from room to the bathroom, and then from room to room, like in this wheel, like in the chair with the wheel, but not like wheelchair, the ones that are like that.
Oh, just like a rolling
chair.
chair.
That we were really creative with that.
Yeah.
And then at school, like because I wouldn't go like to the like lunch, like how to say,
like the cafeteria.
Yeah, like the cafeteria. Because it was like really far away from the classes. I was like, I will stay in my homeroom, so I would stay with a friend and watch Netflix while eating. So yeah, and then when I was like getting better and doing like the exercises to like strengthen my ankle, like I twisted it again.
Oh.
So, yeah. But I like in 2019 I left all that bad luck behind. And thankfully like the pandemic, I don't know if it helped somewhat to like
for sure.
Like get better, because I was like destroyed. Like I was so young, and they had to like put needles like to me for me like to I don't know like help my muscles to be helped. Yeah.
I was just thinking though, one of the first questions that you asked us at, I can't remember if it was at practice or I think it was at our first scrimmage when we first got here, and you came up to the three of us and you were like, do you guys listen to Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
And we were like, I mean, yeah.
And I was like,
and
if you don't
you're
like
not
I'm
a real fan. Yeah, so Taylor Swift, do you have a diehard fan here?
We're Swiftie. Like I know Taylor, you watching, so like please come to Peru, or like I don't know, send tickets. Thankfully, we didn't have to go through Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
because like the international days haven't come up yet, but she has never been here to Peru. So like I've never seen her.
Has she ever been to South America?
I don't think so.
No.
Like maybe Chile, because Chile has like a strong like concert like vibe and culture. So I'm like hoping that she goes, if not to Peru, but thankfully here, to Chile or Argentina, so and I will like totally travel there to go see her.
That would be so funny. But yes, if you're watching, send tickets. I'm trying to think if you asked any other like questions about like us when we first got here. That like for us it's kind of normal, but then for you guys we were like, oh, I guess it's different.
You have like you play 2 sports.
Oh yeah, we had a whole conversation about this.
Yeah.
About like you were surprised if we played like 2 sports, and then Grace and I'm like, oh, we played like 3, 4, 5.
Like because of movies and series, like I would like a friend that like lives there. Yeah. Like I would know that you sometimes like do like 2 seasons of 2 sports, but like 3. I like but between like in different seasons was like crazy to me because here if you play two sports, you normally play like 3 days of the week, one sport, and the other days another sport because like the seasons is not like you have, I don't know, like 5 months free. Here is like when we were younger, like we would have at most like 3 weeks free. Like only 3 weeks out of the year free.
That's crazy.
And now we have like 2 months.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's like
so different.
Yeah, like we play like the whole year almost.
So how old would you say that starts? When is that as soon as you start playing that you just pick your sport and you play that year round? Or is it a little
like
bit
maybe like in high school because it's not that you don't play like all year round, but if you're like competing, maybe you could like train 3 or 4 times. It really depends on the sport, but like when we're younger, we would train like 3 times a week, but it would still be like the whole year.
Yeah.
And then when you grow up a little bit more, you play like the whole week, every day. Yeah.
That's so crazy. But yeah, very different. Like specializing, like picking sports at a younger age and stuff. Did
you play like which other sport did you play?
I did like basketball. I played softball, soccer, track, swimming.
Oh yeah.
Like, because my parents just made me play every sport, and then depending on the season or depending on like what I liked, I played different sports. And then by the time I got to like junior high, I knew I really liked volleyball, but I still did other sports like in my school. But I knew volleyball was what I wanted to like play in college and stuff. So yeah, lots of sports. I was super busy all the time, like year round, but it was really fun, and I'm very happy that I got to do that. So,
and besides volleyball, which one is like your second top sport?
Well, I really liked soccer until we had to run a lot, and then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Besides that, though, I don't know. I like playing all of them, but I never would have wanted to play the other ones I call it. Like basketball, I just got knocked around. I like fell over all the time because I was so skinny. And then they also run a lot. Like, I don't want to do that. And swimming, they just swim way too much. Like crazy hours, like before school, after school. They're
like really crazy. Here's the same. Like they like wake up so early, like in the mornings, and then like train again.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't want to do that. Me too. I was like here.
As soon as they started doing the 2-a-days, I was like, I'm done. Count me out. But yeah, I don't know. I really like soccer. Softball was pretty boring, but I had fun with my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a good time. But volleyball was definitely by the end of it my favorite. So, and now I'm here. So
you're here.
Yeah. I think that kind of wraps up our first episode with Jimena. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll probably have Jimena back on at some point to talk about other things. And she also wants to start a podcast. So we might see if we can like help her out a little bit. Not that this one is like the best and most fancy, but
I'm like really impressed. Yeah, you started somewhere, but I'm really impressed. I'm already like picking your brain, like to know. But next time, like I will set like a goal for me, like to start a podcast before you leave. And then have the podcast in Spanish.
Yes, I did put that in one of my other. I was like, Grace, we gotta learn Spanish so we can speak Spanish. So we'll see if we can get that done for May 20th.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and catch us next week on our podcast. Bye.
Bye.